Welcome to the Great Life series. I'm your host, Carol Saline. This series is based on the book, The Great Life Makeover, by Dr. Daniel Monti and Dr. Anthony Bazan. Their Great Life program is offered at the Myrna Brin Center for Integrative Medicine at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia. In these reports, you'll learn that middlescence, those years between 40 and 60, don't have to be the beginning of a downhill slide. Just the opposite. This can be a great time to embark on a great life.
Oh, excuse me. I'm just another tired American. 60% of all Americans report sleep problems at least once a week. 23% of married couples sleep apart because one snores, the other has night sweats. There are 100,000 car accidents a year that are sleep-related, and billions of dollars are spent on sleep medications. It's an exhausting problem. In this Great Life report, Dr. Daniel Monti will look at how sleep affects your weight, your mood, your sex life, and just about everything else. Dr. Monti, a lot of people report they begin to have sleep problems when they reach middlescence. Why is that?
There are lots of reasons for it. Some of it is simply lifestyle. You know, on average, Americans get about 20% less sleep than our ancestors of 100 years ago.
Why?
Our 24/7 culture is one reason. We have lights on late at night. We have television on late at night. And so the normal body mechanisms to trigger sleep are overridden. The other thing we do is we eat late at night, which also overrides those mechanisms.
Oh, but that's fun.
Yes,
Not
but
good
at
for
a
sleep.
tremendous toll on your body, your mood, your weight, everything. So the negative effects of not getting enough sleep are huge.
Now, the fact that we all know a good night's sleep gives us pep, it gives us energy, but are there changes that actually happen during sleep that are essential for our health?
Absolutely. When we sleep, that's a time for our body to restore and recuperate and rejuvenate. For example, we know that human growth hormone increases during sleep time, which allows for repair of damaged cells and the growth of new healthy ones.
That's probably why when you're a kid, your parents tell you need a lot of sleep. Sleep helps you grow. I always thought that was an old wives' tale.
It's not. Some of the things that our parents and grandparents intuitively knew to be true, there's now the data in the last 10 or 20 years that shows overwhelmingly that we need to sleep to be in good health status. If we're looking for one avenue to the fountain of youth, it's sleep. Not getting enough sleep is one of the worst things we can do to enhance the aging process.
So it actually has a lot of biological purposes, not just to make us feel better.
Huge biological purposes. In fact, hormone levels are affected by sleep. And several hormones regulate weight and our body's metabolism. For example, we know that people who are sleep deprived are not going to metabolize and regulate their sugar levels as well. So it's going to affect weight and even the setup for type 2 diabetes.
So that's how sleep affects weight management. It has to do with the way we burn sugar in our bodies?
Right.
Interesting. Sometimes a spouse will say, "Oh, I don't want sex tonight, I'm just too tired." How do you know whether they're really tired or they're just not interested?
Well, this is a complicated issue, but one of the things is that as Americans, we are very tired because we are so sleep deprived. And so one of the things that we encourage couples to do in the Great Life Makeover book and our Great Life program is to get on a more regular nighttime schedule where the couple goes to bed at some regular time, probably earlier than what they have been doing.
But together?
Together.
Yeah.
Whether or not they have sex, but they start to build that routine together in the bedroom, and that's going to lead to a much healthier intimacy between the couple.
So we don't go, "I'll be up in a few minutes, dear, you just get in bed and I'll be there later."
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Not a good thing to watch that last
Okay.
program or type that last email.
Now, another thing that almost all my friends complain about is that their husbands snore. First of all, why do men Of course, some women snore too, I know that. But by and large, this seems to be a male problem. Why is it that men snore, and are there things you can do about it?
Well, we understand the reasons why people snore. One of the things you said struck me, and that is that men do snore more frequently, but women are catching up. About 4 out of 10 middle-escent men have a snoring issue, but you know what? 3 in 10 women.
You're kidding.
No.
Maybe husbands are heavier sleepers, because I never hear guys complain about this.
Well, that might be the case. And what happens as we age is that the throat, the airway, narrows some, but also there's increased relaxation of the muscles around that. And the snoring noise that we hear is actually a fluttering of the tissues against each other with the relaxed muscles and the air hitting them. That's exactly
a little
it.
Vibration here.
And so we need to think about things we can do to keep that airway as open as possible and to keep the muscles as toned as possible. And of course, one of the best ways is to play a wind instrument. But since most people aren't going to do that, regular exercise helps significantly. Increasing the elevation of the upper half of the bed can help too, and also sleeping on your side. So having pillows that elevate the head that are firm, not those soft, lumpy pillows.
You know, there's a snore pillow that we don't want to get commercial, so I'm not going to mention the name of the company, which basically forces men to roll over on their side. Now, my husband did try that and he couldn't sleep. But can you like put something behind your neck or on your back that every time you roll on your back, you'd be forced back to your side?
There's lots of little tricks. One of the ones that we tell people about is the tennis ball trick, where you could actually sew into the back of a pajama top a tennis ball, so that when you go to roll on your back, it'll remind you to get back over on your side.
Of course, that supposes that you're wearing pajamas.
That's right.
So, but the point is, you need to have something on your back that's uncomfortable, so that when you roll over, roll back on your back, it forces you back on the other side.
And also having a very comfortable pillow that supports you on your side will keep you on your side as well.
What about things that you eat or drink before you go to bed? Do they affect sleep as well as snoring?
Absolutely. So things that are going to over-relax the muscles around the neck, such as alcohol. So that nightcap is not really going to lead itself to better sleep. You might feel a little bit more tired from having some alcohol before you go to sleep, but your sleep quality is surely going to be poorer. And so you're going to have an increased chance of snoring. So the sleep isn't going to be so good for your partner.
And food, any foods, eating late, not eating late,
Yes.
things like that?
Eating late at night is going to cause relaxation of the muscles around the neck because of the digestive process that's going on. So all of these things can have a contribution to the snoring issue, which is why a comprehensive lifestyle approach is really the way to deal with snoring.
Well, people are willing to do some lifestyle changes, but we as Americans like to find our solutions in a bottle. How do you feel about sleep medications?
Some sleep medications are helpful for people who have a sleep issue. Some of them can increase the snoring problem we're talking about. But you know, as we age, right around age 50, there's a dramatic decline in a hormone called melatonin, made by our pineal gland. And melatonin is responsible for some of the good restful sleep that helps us to be restored and rejuvenated. And so one simple solution for some people is to take some supplemental melatonin.
That easy?
It's that easy, and studies have shown that it really does help. But here's another thing that helps with melatonin. Sometimes you don't need to take extra, but you need to decrease the light that you're experiencing at night. You need to block your windows if there's light shining through. You need to get the television out of the bedroom, because darkness is what stimulates melatonin production.
I use a sleep mask. When I wake up like sort of toward 5 in the morning sometimes and I want to go back to sleep, I put on a sleep mask, and I find that always keeps me asleep till whenever I'm ready to wake up.
Simple solutions like that can make a big difference.
How much melatonin should someone take?
The studies show varying amounts, from 2 to 6 or 8 milligrams at night. We have people start with a low amount, just a couple of milligrams, because if you take too much, it can actually have a drowsing effect for some people during the next day.
Oh, so you're not all tired at night, you're tired all next day.
Right.
Anything else you want to tell us?
Yes. Make sure you have that bedroom be a sanctuary. Have it be a peaceful place with a pleasant aromatherapy, odor in the room would be great.
A candle.
A candle would be wonderful. Have the sheets be as soft and luxurious as possible. You really want that to be a place that you and your significant other enjoy being in, and really is a time to relax, refresh, and restore yourselves.
I'm ready to go home right now. Thank you.